Welcome to the midday news right here on Camnet TV. The headlines. Richard Kachingwe Police Post and houses built on rail reserve earmarked for demolition. Persons with disabilities still ignorant on how to form cooperatives.
The trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the mission.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
To present the midday news in details, my name is Messi Chanika. House owners in Lusaka's Divala area, whose houses are earmarked for demolition, owing to them sitting on land meant for railway, have cried foul, stating that it is unfair for only a few houses to be selected when over 200 properties from Kamwala to Chilenje sit on the same land.
Demolition of some houses, shops, and the police post in Lusaka's Livala township on grounds of illegalities has sparked another hot debate in the country. The Lusaka Province Planning Appeals Tribunal on Tuesday granted the Lusaka City Council permission to demolish about 25 houses, a police post, and some shops that sit on land belonging to the Zambia Railways in the area. An appeal made by affected residents was however thrown out, meaning that the said structures are due for demolition. The affected residents have questioned why only a few houses have been selected, stating that the railway land runs from Kamwala to Chilenje, sitting on about 200 properties, including named churches.
How many buildings are we going to destroy? Because there are churches involved, there are houses involved, and there are shopping malls involved, and shops. People have invested their life savings, and others who retired, all their retirement savings. So now how then today people should start fidgeting and looking for where to run to? We can't go anywhere because we have invested all our life savings. And then we want the president, please Mr. President, look into this matter.
Because on the same rail line, one side is removed from Miriam Mchani, other side, in Kamwala. How come we are going to use another rail line? We are going to pass to reach this side because there is no other way to come this side. And we built this one from application. Applicant applied on 2014. And this one was given, that's why we bought from those people. And we built. So for that one, for us, we didn't receive any stop notice from council or enforcement. We didn't receive anything.
I mean, it's about to be demolished. I can talk for myself. My house has got a title deed issued by the Ministry of Lands. So how come now today you tell me that that paper, that document is not valid? That is unacceptable. This government was voted into power because we know that these guys, the academicians, these are people who have gone to school. Unlike what was happening in some other regimes where people just just comes and do things in a mediocre way. We expect Gary Ngombo, the president, we trust in you that you can do the correct thing.
They have also raised concerns about security if the Richard Kachingwe police post, which was officially commissioned by then Lusaka Mayor Mr. Mao Sampa and then Kawata Member of Parliament Mr. Given Luvinda, will be demolished.
Yeah, you see, there's a police post that is helping out, and this is the only police post around this vast area here. If you look around, this police post is helping out a lot. I'm sure that's the reason why they also commissioned the police post, because they knew that the police is just needed in that area. The police is helping areas.
A check by Camnet News found that even part of the Bombay drainage sits on land meant for the railway, raising questions whether these two will be demolished. The affected residents have called for the head of state to intervene in the matter, citing unfairness. Zipora Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
A group representing about 300 persons with disabilities in Lusaka's George compound say they are ignorant on how to form cooperatives as no one has sensitized them on the same.
Talk has been ongoing in different sectors of society about the increase in the Constituency Development Fund CDF by the current administration, which saw an increase to 25.7 million kwacha from 1.6 million kwacha in the previous administration. Youths, women, and the general citizenry have since been advised to form cooperatives if to benefit from the fund. The feedback from some sectors of society, like some women-led groups so far, has not been positive, as they have been indicating that the procedure of writing business proposals is complicated and that they have since given up on forming cooperatives due to this. Persons with disabilities, such as this group living in Lusaka's George compound, say they do not even have the slightest idea on how to form a cooperative, as information on the same has not reached them.
Tumvera kuti kunachoka CDF fund. I CDF fund pamene inabwerera twaiona kuti provision yakaena yonesa kuti ni tali. Are you saying the truth, Mr. Our president, Mr. President Hakainde Hichilema, kuti I program inabwerera bantu bovutika? Process yakaena isema organization tukalibe kuziba procedure moendera mabwino mukalibe kupita kutuma bantu botupunzisa motengereza indrama fund yamene munabweresa CDF fund usheni abantu bovutika nangu izasalira kwa menoko ku state house bamene bazatenga ni bamene bana bama ministers nangu ni bantu bamene bovutika mwachonadi
uti batipunziseko chifukwa cha kuti kwa metiriri tiribe moyambira ma cooperative mwati manvera tizimvera cha bepa radio uti banza tuba muminzi bana ma cooperative yosiyana banaenda kubapunzisa bati ife na pantawi zinotikaibe kubaona
vuta amene taona kulifa ma disabilities ni yakuti ife tiribe na malo yakuti tingankale tipezeke kuti zisipangako chitukuko muno mu Zambia mungamene tionera banzatu so ife tirakinga malo yakuti mutitandizire ku baboma amene muona kuti ife tavutika tisakira malo utitandiza angabwe batitandizako atipasako malo ayo malo kuti tizisungapo vuvu manga nkuku kusunga nkuku malayers ya nkuku maeggs chani vose hivyo ndio tifutika kuno so ise tilibe na empowerment otitandizira.
They have since called for education on the same, stating that they too would like to improve their livelihoods. According to the United Nations, about 2 million people in Zambia have a form of disability, and accessing economic activities for this group of people remains a challenge. Zipora Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Private Security Companies Association of Zambia President Francis Mukuka has challenged the government to create a conducive environment for security companies amid calls that they should adhere to the prescribed minimum wage. Mr. Mukuka, who welcomed the move, is however concerned that the government has not taken the time to understand the challenges security companies are facing in order to meet the workers' salaries. Patrick Soko now reports.
Mandated minimum wage, and no worker in Zambia can be paid less than this mandatory minimum rate of pay. Employers who fail to pay the minimum wage may be subject to punishment. However, enforcement of this law has been poor, much to the dissatisfaction of the workers. Notably, security guards are among the lowest paid, and most of them earn below the minimum wage, pegged at 1,698 kwacha, 60 ngwe. While the cost of living for a family of 5 living in Lusaka is over 9,000 kwacha, others still get less than 1,000 kwacha.
Lunch, and you can't even support your family as in properly. So maybe the government can also come with a policy of somehow assisting us as well as they are doing to our fellow colleagues. Yes, maybe they can look into our union, our salaries, so that at least, because we are getting 900 kwacha, 800, even some of our colleagues are even getting as low as 700 kwacha.
And recently, the Minister of Labour and Social Security reminded the security companies in the country to adhere to the prescribed minimum wage. And Private Security Companies Association of Zambia President Francis Mukuka, who has welcomed the move, is however concerned that the government has not taken time to understand the challenges security companies are facing in order to meet the workers' salaries.
We welcome that statement because we know it's a welfare of our security guards. But what is it that the government is doing to promote and make sure that these security companies also make a reasonable profit of which they can meet this minimum wage? Because if they are just looking at one side, then it's very unfair for the security companies. Hence, you have been requesting the officials from the Ministry of Labour to say they should consider whenever they are trying to bring this kind of issues, most especially the minimum wage.
He adds that the government must take deliberate measures to help small and medium companies in the sector through tax incentives and help them access business for them to be viable and satisfy the workers' needs.
Because we understand the problems the security guards are facing, the problem the companies are also facing. They should not look at one side. They should look at the companies also. And in actual sense, let the government also appreciate the private sector, because you can't create employment without private sector. So this is what we are calling the Ministry of Labour, that they should give us an audience, we talk to them, we bring issues that security companies are facing in this industry.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Governance, Elections, Advocacy Research Services, GEAR's Executive Director McDonald Chipenzi says the continued lack of a board at the Financial Intelligence Center, FIC, is compromising financial investigations in the country. In an interview, Mr. Chipenzi notes that the FIC is a critical component in fighting financial irregularities in the country, hence the appointing of a new board at the institution should be one of the priorities of the current administration.
It is important to prioritize the institutional setup of that institution, because the current arrangement now compromises the fight against the financial and economic crimes, and also makes the institutions a missing link in the joint investigative wing, or indeed a setup. As the current acting Director General, there are certain decisions that she cannot make because she's not the substantive director. So in the spirit that you don't need ratification by Parliament of this board, including the Director General, it is important now that the President moves very fast to appoint a board, and then the board quickly appoints the Director General. I think we need that, otherwise this delay is unnecessary, and this delay really undermines this fight. We want all the wheels, all the pistons in the fight against corruption, in the fight against financial and economic crimes to be firing. Otherwise, the Financial Intelligence Center, as it is now, is the piston that is not firing, and the vehicle cannot move as it is expected to move.
That story brings us to the end of our midday news, but before we go, stories that made headlines. Richards Kachunga Police Post and houses built on Rail Reserve earmarked for demolition. Persons with disabilities still ignorant on how to form cooperatives. This has been Ms. Chanika. Thank you for watching.